The city of Longview has a new fire chief. Tonight, the Longview City Council approved the hiring of Greg Grimes. He takes over for Andy Parker, who served as interim fire chief since March. Grimes comes over from Allen Fire Department after spending 32 years there. Longview City Manager Roland McPhee tells us that Grimes is well known and respected throughout the state.
When you get that sort of vetting statewide, and he had experience with our tactical teams and experience with members of the Longview Fire Department.
My goal was to retire and move to this part of the state. I have family in Nacogdoches, Athens, and Palestine, and my sister actually used to live here years and years ago.
Chief Grimes will begin his role as fire chief next week.
Congratulations.